Hey folks, this is Romy. Sweet Child of Mine has to be one of the most famous guitar intro of all time. And the good thing is, this one is fairly easy on the violin. Let me show you how. At first, we can take the notes one by one, because once you know the first phrase, you can easily play the rest. You just need to change a note or two. We can divide each bar of this main riff into two parts. The first part is open D, D again on the octave higher on the A string, open A, and G. This is the first part, and the second part is, so that's G on the E string, open A, F sharp, and open A again. When you play these two parts together, perhaps you'll notice one challenge. This jump from this G to this G. This part a little bit difficult because you need to cross two strings from D string to E string. And in terms of technique, this movement comes from the shoulder joint, and your elbow position should change accordingly. And that happens for both arms. Okay, let's play this famous line, shall we? The intro is made up of 3 8-bar phrases, and except the very last 2 bars, everything is a variation of the phrase we just learned. These are the initial 2 bars, and the next 2 bars, I just need to change one note. That's replacing this D, open D, with E. And that's all the change you need. And the third bar, all you have to do is just to change this E to G. And the fourth part is just a repeat of this main riff. Now we have the main 8 bars riff. This repeats 3 times. And the last 2 bars of this intro, just before the verse and the vocal comes in, we play the transition. We can take this into 2 parts too. The first part is, so the melody line is, that's E, D, E, F sharp. When you add an open A string after each melody note, then you get this first part. The second part is this. Basically the same idea. This is a melody note. G, F sharp, E, D. And play open A after each note. The final D note, you can hold it for a crochet beat. Then the vocal comes in. Now we have learned all the parts. Let's play the intro and the transition. there's a very similar figure to the intro, played as a backing in the chorus. This one is also an 8-bar phrase, but all you need to learn is just the initial 2 bars. It starts with C sharp on the G string. 3rd finger here. Then, like the main riff, you leap 1 octave higher to C sharp on the A string. And open A, E on the D string. This is the first part. The second part is quite straightforward. D on the 3rd finger, open A, C sharp, and open A. Everything is on the A string. The next bar starts with C natural. Please don't get confused. We played a C sharp in the previous bar. Now we play with C natural. Then you leap 1 octave higher again to C natural on the A string. The next notes are G, F natural. Let's also call this a first part. The second part is fourth finger E on the A string, 3rd finger G on the D string, 3rd finger D on the A string, and back to G. Your 3rd finger should be placed like this. Like you're playing a 5th double stop. So you can move strings as needed, but you're not really doing this. Next 2 bars are the initial main riff 2 bars. And we play these chorus backing again for 2 bars. And finally, you need to hold D and A open strings for 2 bars to finish the chorus backing section. Let's also play this chorus backing. Right after this phrase, there is going to be a first guitar solo. The guitar solo is completely different kind of animal, so we are not going to cover that in this lesson, but it's not much more than playing something like this. And so on. Anyway, that's about it for today. Maybe I'll do this whole song at some point. I should also tell you that the original is in the half step down tuning. So if you want to play with a band, ask your band member to play it in the standard tuning. Otherwise, there's gonna be some nasty surprise waiting for you. Like the lyrics say, I guess this song kind of reminds me of my childhood memories. Roughly 20 years ago, I lived in Dublin, Ireland. And there was a young lad always playing Sweet Child of Mine on the Grafton Street, not too far from Brown Thomas and Duke Street. I wonder if he's still there.